See, you get experience points for talking. Look, I'm gonna click on that. Look outside. See that? Look outside. 25 experience points for looking out the window. This game is amazing. I mean, I'm amazing at this game. Let's see. No one to talk to. Prisley. Here we go. He's not. I'm pressing talk, but nothing's happening. Okay, so he's not talking to me. Kind of rude, but okay. Nobody's there. Let's go somewhere else. Do I have my own quarters? I don't, do I? In the second ship, I do. And yes, we do get the second ship in the second game. Oh wait, is that my quarters in here? This is like the EXO quarters. This might... Oh, this is my... Yeah, this is my quarters. Yep. Again, looking at things gives me experience points. Shepherd's log again. Hey, look, Caden. What's up, Caden?
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
That's awkward. You haven't actually said anything.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
So you can talk to your crew members and they'll tell you about people and then the ship and whatnot. Sometimes it's interesting, sometimes they just don't have anything else to say, so that time he doesn't actually have anything to say. What's going on here? I can replenish Metagel, I don't really need to. Dr. Chokwas?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving
Oh,
on an
I've
alliance?
I've done
Because
this already.
humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding.
I should go.
Goodbye,
Alright.
Commander.
Alright, we've actually talked to it already. So we're not gonna do that again. Nothing's back here. Alright. Let's just check with the other crew as well, just because. Just for the sake of completeness. How much time have I spent just walking around the Citadel and the ship now? Yeah, so this game, you can spend a lot of time just walking around in this game, talking to people. Which is good, I guess. I mean, if it's a story-driven game, then it's a story-driven game, am I right? Ah, Rex.
Nice ship you got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
Why are you still here? You were meant to kill Fist, and then... why are you still here?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Man, Rex has issues. All the Krogans have issues.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
You know, of all the stories in the game, I like the Krogan story a lot. Like it's a pretty serious story. So they've got there was the Krogan rebellions. Well, actually no.
So long, Rex.
I'm trying not to spoil things. Oh, can I talk to him again?
Shepard.
Rex?
Yeah, so there was so they were uplifted by the Solarians to fight the Rachni, which they did, and they defeated the Rachni. And then they kind of got out of control, and there was the Krogan rebellions. And then they got hit with a genophage, and then you know, they didn't have the population to support the war anymore, so they were defeated. The rebellion was defeated, and now they're all just kind of wandering around, being mercenaries. And as Rex says, the Krogan are dying, not because of the genophage so much, but because the Krogans don't really know how to live. They don't know anything other than just fighting. That's the problem with the Krogan. So anyway, we'll kind of we'll pay attention to this story and see how it develops. But it's one of the better ones in the game, I think. The Krogan story. Let's talk to Ashley. Nice guns.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Later.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
Yeah, so when you complete a quest or two, then they have stuff to say to you. Let's talk to Garrus. What's up, Garrus?
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
Huh.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Yes, so this Garrus, he's a cool guy. I don't have money, so I'm not gonna talk to him. So Tally's back here playing with the engine. There she is.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard.
Huh.
I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
So there we go. Tally's telling us about the Quarians. The Quarians, actually, the Quarian story is kind of interesting too. Like, the Geth kind of defeated them 300 years ago when they lost their homeworld, and now they're just kind of floating around in space on their ships. That's another interesting story. And then how that story plays out actually depends on what you do. The Krogans as well, like, it depends on your decisions as to how that story plays out. So we'll keep the Quarians in mind as well as we play the game. I won't do any spoilers at this point.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Don't you mean you should have 2 children? Like, shouldn't you have 2 children per family if you want to maintain population levels? I mean, are we doing the math here?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.